On this Memorial Day, we pause to remember the lives of our servicemen and women who paid the ultimate sacrifice. We also keep another San Antonio service member in mind who witnessed the loss of so many of his brothers in Vietnam. Up until 3 weeks ago, he was the second oldest American prisoner of war that was still alive. Ursula Perry reports the recent passing of Colonel Gordon Larson should be honored as the loss of a bona fide hero whose story of sacrifice is part of history.
The accolades of a war hero, Colonel Gordon Swede Larson was a bright, shining star in the Air Force beginning after World War II. Tours as a bomber pilot in Germany, the U.S., and the Korean War readied him for training as a volunteer fighter pilot in Vietnam. But in 1967, on his 95th mission, he was shot down, suffered broken bones in the crash, was captured by the North Vietnamese, and then spent the next 6 years in a hell that became known as the Hanoi Hilton. What happened next, as seen in this POW Facebook page from a long ago interview, was cringeworthy.
The first night in the main prison, they took me to a press conference downtown, and they gave me my flying suit to put on. I remember the press coming forward and taking pictures of my feet.
His body bloody, his back broken, but instead of medical care, he was tortured daily.
Tie me up, bent over double. They'd pull the rope so tight that it cut off circulation. It cut the tendons in both of my arms, pulled the arm right out of the socket.
His pictures that would circulate the world were intended to encourage the North Vietnamese army and also to crush the morale of U.S. troops.
I was in shock and in deep pain. I was just vaguely aware of where I was and who was out there in front of me.
He would learn that if he was starved and weak, the photo ops would stop. But it was not until 1973, after many of his fellow service members died there, he was set free. He returned to the U.S. and settled in San Antonio. He suffered a long, painful life from serious injuries that he had suffered as a POW, but also was celebrated as a successful racehorse owner with many a win. His friends say his life was most amazing, and he died at a ripe old age of 93. Colonel Larson will be laid to rest next week at Fort Sam Houston National Cemetery. He'll be remembered for all of his accomplishments, receiving the Silver Star for his leadership under fire, but also for all of the stories he told of the unity he felt with those men in the Hanoi Hilton at the brink of death and beyond. Ursula Perry, KSAT 12 News.